Leave your gifts before the altar and first go and be reconciled with your brother, and then come back and offer the sacrifice to the Lord. May the peace and joy of Christ be with you today. We know the teachings and invitations of Jesus are mostly radical, towards a radical way of life, towards radical discipleship, towards radical following of Christ, towards radical relationship. And today we have the invitation towards reconciliation. And Jesus' invitation to reconciliation is not just about shaking hand or saying sorry or giving a hug, but still keeping grudge within, but it's about a radical reconciliation, a real radical reconciliation to one another. You notice what Jesus says, when you bring your offering and there you remember that someone has anything against you, leave the offering there and go get reconciled and then come back and offer your sacrifice. Jesus does not say that if you remember that you have something against someone, but Jesus says if you remember that someone has anything against you, your parents, your brothers or sisters, your neighbors, your acquaintances, your co-worker, anyone has anything against you, that means that needs reconciliation, that needs forgiveness. Go get reconciled. Say sorry or forgive. Then come and offer. Because we are all the children of that same Father, and therefore we are all called to be related and connected in love. So without being cut off, but being connected, we offer the sacrifice. And that's why we have symbolically during our Mass, at the beginning of the Mass, we have the reconciliation, the penitential rite. We say, I confess and ask pardon and forgiveness. And then again, before the reception of the communion, we have the kiss of peace or sign of peace. Is all our symbolical way of saying we need to be reconciled. We need to do the sacrifice. We need to the worship. We need to attend the Mass or celebrate the Mass in perfect brotherhood, in perfect communion. Only then God will be pleased. Now we are in the Lenten time. Lent is the time of reconciliation as well. To be reconciled with God, to be reconciled with our own self, and to be reconciled with our brothers and sisters and with nature. It's a time of reconciliation. But again, it's not just about saying, I confess at the Mass, or showing a sign of peace or kiss of peace, even without meaning it. It's about radical reconciliation based on radical love, which would bring perfect peace and justice. Love be deepened, brotherhood be fostered, and peace established, and justice flourished. Our righteousness should surpass the righteousness of those who just focus on the letter of the law, not on the love and the spirit of the law. In the book called Radical Reconciliation, Beyond Political Pietism and Christian Quietism, the author presents Jesus as the perfect radical reconciler. And Jesus brought reconciliation between God and man through his sacrifice on the cross. My dear friend, how deep is your love? How profound is your faith? And to what degree are you open to offer forgiveness and to ask for forgiveness? And how much are you reconciled with God, with others, with nature, and with your own self? May Jesus, the perfect radical reconciler, redeem us. Amen.